Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Blessings to everyone. Now, when we observe ourselves just one day, we find out that we are living in a kind of oscillation emotionally. There is ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, but we can basically say that we have two directions. No? We are either in a more happy mode or in a more depressed mode. And for most people, it's very difficult to understand why there is this oscillation. What is the reason of this oscillation? No, that no matter what I try, it looks like this never changes. Yeah. So we have to understand that we are living in energy fields, that they are around us and that we are feeding, that we are also producing in a way. Because first of all, as we say, we are an energetic, magnetic being, electric being as well, and that is the reality of all. And everything is energetically connected. Everything reacts somehow with each other, and everything reacts on information. So when we understand how we inform the field, how we do that now, then we can also start to turn it to our favor. And the way we do that is by taking control of our thoughts and emotions, and also especially about our habits, our actions. No? And everything has to do with rhythm. You see, the first thing you need to do really is to give rhythm to the field, right? And this is why you find in every tradition a kind of rhythmic protocol that you apply during your day. The best rhythm in the Sufi tradition is the rhythm of the five. Yeah. So you divide everything in five. The day has 5 parts, right? And this rhythm will already change a lot, because without rhythm there is no music. No? It's very important to understand. So eating regularly on a certain point, making your yoga exercises or whatever you do on a fixed point is much better than if you go sometimes here or sometimes here or sometimes there. But there is also a tricky thing with that. The rhythm, as it is a powerful thing, can also actually prevent that things change for you positively. Because when you rhythmically do something wrong, then it's stronger than if you do it arrhythmically. Yes? So you have to be very careful the way you pray. And that is very much important for our Muslim brothers and sisters. You see, when you pray in a very unaware state, you emphasize actually unawareness. And the same is for meditation. If you meditate more than 1 or 2 times a day, then it's the same thing. You have to be very aware how you do things. So the rhythm benefits us very strong when we do it in an awareness. And it actually does not benefit us if we do it in an unconscious way. So going to work, making things there also often rhythmically, is the next challenge, to do that in a more conscious way, in a more aware way. So that's the first thing that manipulates the field or changes the field the strongest. The next thing, of course, is how you feed the field emotionally. No? And that is the next thing. If you create rhythmically sad emotions, or if you create anger rhythmically, then you have to think it like a pulsation. You bring force to the field, no? And that creates ripples, and they can have very long consequences. You see, there can be ripples that go up to 20 years. So therefore, it is really necessary, if you want to have a transformation, not only a relief from time to time here, but a real transformation, you have to sit down. You have to sit down and really think, what can you do? And when you do things, to have this intention, I want to do them happy. Yeah. Because happiness is not a thing that rains down on you. Happiness is a form of choice and a result of a good rhythm, of a good rhythmical life. Happiness comes just by itself when you start to do that. And of course it has to do with effort. Yeah. Effort actually is a part of rhythm. Yeah. When the rhythm becomes so natural, then it becomes effortless. Yes. This you find with great musicians, for example, that they can do virtuous things and you have the feeling, the impression, it's completely effortless for them. The same is with the whole life, which is in a way an instrument. You yourself are an instrument, you know. When you really learn to play it well, you make great music and you find yourself in a great state, no? But rhythm is the basic. So we need to understand that there is not just one field. There are many fields, but let's say there are basically for most people two fields. So there is this higher field that we feed also periodically, and there's the lower field. And now all of you heard this tale that there is a tiger and a wolf, and who is the stronger one? Yeah, and it is the one you feed. Okay, so when you feed the sad field too much, then it is impossible to come out of it. You see, because you feed it permanently, so it enwraps you, it is around you. And if you feed the happy field, it's the same. So you need to learn to, especially when you do the rhythmic things, when you do your practicings, that you are in a happy mode, trying by any way to somehow stir you up. Yeah. And we said it many times before, emotions is not something that just comes to you. You attract it to you, and you can also move it away from you. And you can attract others, or you can bring easier energies to you, easier emotions. No? And in Sufism we call this point to hold yourself. So you hold yourself in an emotional state that is possible for you to hold yourself there. Yeah. So when we say happy, it doesn't mean you are all the time in ecstasy. You're just positively looking into your life. Yeah. You're not too much in worries. You try to believe this one thing that is a foundation of one of the beliefs in Islam, in Sufism, is that life is never ever against you. Yeah, it's never against myself. Life is always for us. It always wants to bring us gifts. It always wants to bring us further, right? So, and life must come closer and closer to you. You must one time understand it's not that you have a life, but that you are alive. No? So if you want a life, you want to have your life beautiful, become beautiful, be beautiful. Be that beautiful person that you want to see in a beautiful life. No? But as a beginner, and even you are a master, is always the same. Every day is a new day with a new rhythm, that we have to perform. And we follow the sun in the daytime, and we follow also the moon in a bigger picture. So the sun is the most important, is the most powerful planet in our solar system. That's why it's called the solar system. It's the planet, no? And so happy is the one who follows the sun, in its rhythm. And then when you do that with awareness, even you just stand a moment, divided on these 5 points, just stand and you think and you connect yourself with the sun, right? You will benefit enormously. Without dividing your day into rhythm, it is almost mission impossible to gain control over this field. Energy becomes useful when you start to control it, and all our body is made also for that. There's another topic, so we will not go there now. But I hope you understand that simple point, and wishing you the best. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.